Hello everyone. Today our topic is Java Programming Chapter 2. This is Lesson 1 or the first part of our Chapter 2 of Java Programming from Problem Analysis to Program Design by MS Malik. The chapter 2 has the title Basic Elements of Java. We will start with Lesson 1, the introduction to the basic elements of Java, which we will be discussing about data types and the expressions. What are the lesson objectives for this Lesson 1? First, to become familiar with the basic components of a Java program, including methods, special symbols, and identifiers. 2. Explore primitive data types. Discover how to use arithmetic operators. Examine how a program evaluates arithmetic expressions. Next, explore how mixed expressions are evaluated. Next, learn about typecasting. Become familiar with the string type and learn what an assignment statement is and what it does. To start, let us discuss first or define first the two very basic terms about computer programming. First is, what's a computer program? A computer program is a sequence of statements whose objective is to accomplish a task. How about programming? Programming is the process of planning and creating a program. To start with the basics of a Java program, let us first know what the parts of a Java program are. The Java program consists of classes and methods. Methods contain different statements, and the statement consists of variables, constants, operators, and so on. The class is the basic unit of a Java program, and it consists of one or more methods. A method is a sequence of statements or instructions whose objective is to accomplish something. Take note, there is a main method in every Java application program. There's only one main method in every Java application program. Kahit ilan pang methods meron yung inyong program, yung kauna-unahan niyang method must be the main method or the method main. Packages, ano ito? Packages are libraries or sets of related classes. Bali, yung mga classes ninyo, kung marami kayong ginawang programs, parang pagsasama-samahin ninyo yung mga related classes into one package. Parang it works as a folder or a directory. Packages also have identifiers or names. Java token, the tiniest element of a compiler significant program. The different elements of the Java program, which are identified by the compiler and separated by delimiters. Java supported Java tokens include keywords, variables, constants, special characters, operations, and so on. Now, let's look at a sample of a Java program. A Java program looks like this. Ito po. Okay? As we have discussed previously in our introductory lessons last week, meron tayong itong itong part na to, this is the comment. And then, ito na, naming your class or declaring your class name. Tawag dito is class identifier. So, Let's see. Una, meron tayong comment. Take note po, pag double na slash, ibig sabihin yan, one-liner lang na comment. And yung comments nilalagay para i-explain kung ano ang ginagawa or nagagawa ng inyong program o kaya ano mga kailangan na gawin para sa inyong program. Sabi dito, this is a simple Java program. It displays 3 lines of text including the sum of 2 numbers. So, yung program mo raw is about this. Displaying 3 lines of text tapos includes the sum of 2 numbers. Now, yung first part natin, public class, a simple Java program. So, ibig sabihin ang pangalan po ng class natin is a simple Java program. It follows the rule of naming or creating identifiers for a class na capital or uppercase yung very first letter, no identifier, and then the rest is in camel case. Meaning, bawat word naka-capitalize or naka-uppercase yung first word. The rest, lowercase. And then we have the open brace, curly brace, which indicates the start of your statements. So, sa loob nito, meron tayong, ito na yung method name natin. I-declare natin, public, static, void, main. Laging yan ang unang-una sa Java program. Then, string, args. And then, open curly brace ulit. Ibig sabihin, this is another block. Ito na yung mga program mismo. Nandito yung mga declaration ng variables and constants, and etc. etc. So, dito meron kang dineclare system.out.println. Tapos, ano nakalagay sa loob? Meron tayong string, my first Java program, period. And then, meron tayong semicolon. Semicolon indicates the termination of your sentence or of your Java expression. And then, another expression, the system.out.println, open parenthesis, tapos yung quotes mo, the sum of 2 and 3 equals, tapos may space doon bago mag close quote, tapos may plus sign, and then 5. Take note, may mga spaces po, ayan ha, and then close parenthesis, at saka ito ulit yung terminator natin ng statement. And then another statement, sabi system.out.println, open parenthesis, open quote, tapos 7 plus 8 equals, in space ulit before the close quote, and then space, plus sign, space, ito na, naka-close and open and close parenthesis sa loob yung 7 plus 8. And then another close parenthesis. Take note, pag may mga grouping symbols tayo like this, open parenthesis, dapat may kapartner siyang close parenthesis. At dito, meron sa loob na open parenthesis, dapat may kapartner siyang pang-close ng grouping symbol. And then, ito na po ulit yung semicolon natin, which terminates the statement. Tapos, etong close curly brace na naka-indent, kapartner siya ng open curly brace na naka-indent din dito. So, dapat magkapantay po siya. And, ito namang huling-huling, close curly brace ay kapartner ng kauna-unahang open curly brace. Take note po, kada makakakita kayo ng curly brace, open curly brace, ang susunod na line naka-indent. Okay po. Now, pag niram po natin yung program na to, ito na po yung sample run natin. Ito ang lalabas na result ng ating program. So, compile natin and then irarun yung program. Ito po ang lalabas. My first Java program, period. The sum of 2 and 3 equals 5. Yun yung nakalagay dito. Yung plus po dito, ibig sabihin concatenation symbol. Ibig sabihin pandudugtong o ilalagay, i-merge dun sa iyong string. Dito naman, print line ulit, 7 plus 8, which is this string, equals yung result na 15, which is the result of our mathematical expression here. So, ito po yung magiging result ng first sample program natin. Okay? Dati nagano tayo yung hello world, kung matatandaan ninyo. Pero yon wala pa tayong mathematical expression na. Ano lang yon, string lang ang nilagay natin. Dito, may kasama na tayong concatenation symbol plus yung mismong mathematical expression. Next, sabi dito, take note, a simple Java program is the name of the Java class. The pair of left and right braces mark the beginnings and end of a block. So, dito po sa example natin, balikan lang natin, ito yung isang pair, nasa loob niyang isang block. This is the method name block. And then, another pair of braces, sa loob na naman yung block, yung mga statements para dun sa method mo. Next, the public static void main string args is the heading of the method named main. When you execute or run a Java program, execution always begins with the method main. So, it is imperative or it is important that you start with the method main. Lahat po ng Java program dapat may method main. Isa lang naman. Simula lang. Comments. Comments are used to identify the authors of the program, give the date when the program is written or modified, give a brief explanation of the program, or explain the meaning of key statements in a program. So these are just suggestions of what you can include in your comments. Now, what are the different common types of comments? We have single line comments and the multiple line comments. Pag sinabing single line comments, one line lang. Plus multiple line comments, yung 2 lines or more. So diniscuss natin last time, yung C++ style is an example of a single line comments. And sa multiple line comments naman, yung C style at saka yung Java doc style. Now, on the single line comments, it begins with // parang double slash, and can be placed anywhere in the line. Everything encountered in that line after this double slash is ignored by the compiler. So, hindi siya kasama sa program ninyo, sa program mismo. Siya ay comment lang, parang note lang to other users or kung sino man magbubukas ng inyong source code. Para malaman niya kung ano yung mga laman, kung anong ginagawa ng program ninyo, o kaya kung kailan ninyo yung ginawa, or whatever you include in your comments. Multiple line comments are enclosed between /* and */. The compiler ignores anything that appears between these two delimiters. Basta kung nasa gitna ng dalawang symbols na ito, hindi yun sinasama o hindi ini-include ng compiler yun as program. Reserved words, ano po ito? Or keywords. Keywords are predefined identifiers reserved by Java for a particular purpose and used only in a restricted, precise way. Every keyword is given a specific function or task, and the user cannot modify it or use it for anything other than their intended use. So, kung para saan siya, yun lang siya. Huwag makulit. Kasi ang computer, syempre, kung ano lang yung sinasabi sa kanya na gawin niya, yun lang ang gagawin niya. So, pag nag-assign ang isang programming language, ang isang word to represent a specific task, yun din lang ang susundin ng computer. Keywords cannot be used as variables or identifiers because they are part of Java syntax itself. Identifiers are names. So, hindi mo ibibigay na name yung mga keywords. Anyway, may list tayo of keywords, kaya malalaman ninyo kung ano yung mga words na hindi natin pwedeng gamitan as identifiers for name of variables. Next, the letters in a reserved word are always in lowercase. So, whenever we use keywords or reserved words, make sure naka-lowercase lang siya. Po. Ito po yung list of reserved words. Okay, ito meron na abstract, assert, boolean, etc. Ang madalas po natin gagamitin, itong double, int or int, ano pa yung char, meron yung character or char, yung class, yung constant, madalas po natin gagamitin yan. Public, private, package. Huwag nyo na pong gamitin yan sa mga identifiers ninyo. Isip na lang kayo ng ibang names. Java identifiers, ano po ang mga ito? Identifiers or names. Identifiers are names of things such as variables, constants, and methods that appears in programs. Some identifiers are predefined, others are defined by the user. A Java identifier consists of letters, digits from 0 to 9, the underscore character, and the $sign. Yan lang po ang mga ginagamit sa Java identifier. Wala na pong ibang symbols. It must begin with the letter, underscore, or the $sign. Java identifiers can be of any length. Java identifiers can be redefined, even can be renamed. Java is case sensitive, so yung dati natin ginawa, yung hello world, pagka all caps na hello, iba po yun sa lowercase lahat na lowercase letters na hello, at yung combination or mixed, yung merong capital letter na H at puro lowercase na iba. Iba-iba po yan. Hindi i-acknowledge ng Java na porke tinipe mo ay hello, yun na yung iyong class name. Depende po kung ano-ano yung mga case na ginamit mo. Example of legal and illegal Java identifiers. These are examples. The following are legal identifiers in Java. So, yung first, pwede yan. Kasi wala naman sa keywords natin ang first. So, pwede mong gawing name or identifier yan. Conversion. Pay rate. Take note po, walang spaces in between kapag identifier. So, ito, pay at saka rate, dalawang words, pero gagawin natin siyang one word. Paano po yun? Pagdudugtongin sila, no spaces in between. Counter 1, okay, ito gumagamit ng letters and a number. Ito naman, dollar amount. So, yung symbol na dollar tsaka amount, take note po, wala dyang illegal na symbol na ginamit. Dito po, sa table na to, ito naman yung mga illegal identifiers. Employee, salary. Ano pong mali dito? Dito pwedeng gawin identifier kasi may space in between. Mali po yan. There can be no space between employee and salary na words. Next, hello, tapos may pandang-pandab na, may exclamation point. Hindi po pwedeng identifier. Why? Kasi hindi naman included ang exclamation point sa ina-acknowledge ng Java na pwedeng gamitin sa identifier. So, the exclamation mark cannot be used in an identifier. 1 plus 2, yung positive na sign. The symbol plus cannot be used in an identifier. At saka gagamitin po natin to, plus sign na to. May special use po siya sa Java, kaya hindi rin talaga natin siya pwedeng gamitin dito sa identifier. Second, yung 2 tapos ND. An identifier cannot begin with a digit. Okay po. Take note po, it is very good to, or it's a good decision not to start your identifier with a number or an underscore. Bawal po. Ibig sabihin, mas maganda kung letters or dollar sign na lang ang simula. Data types, ano po ito? Data types are set of values together with a set of operations. What are the different types? We have the primitive data types. Ano yung mga under ng primitive data types with the integral, floating point, at saka boolean. Pag sinabing integral, this is a data type that deals with integers or numbers without a decimal part and no characters. Puro numbers lang po pag sinabing integral. At walang decimal part, so walang 0.0, 0.2, walang ganon. Floating point, a data type that deals with decimal numbers. So ito naman po yung may mga decimal parts. Boolean, a data type that deals with logical values. Dalawa lang po ang values niya. True and false. Now, isa-isayin po natin discuss integral data type. Integral data types are classified as char, byte, short, int, and long. Ano pong iba't ibang gamit nito? Simulan natin sa values and memory allocation for integral data types. Pag char, ang value niya is 0 to 65,535 or 2 to the 16th minus 1. Ang storage po niya in bytes is 2 bytes or 16 bits. Sa byte naman po, negative 128 to positive 127. Yan po yung values na pwedeng gamitin. It's equivalent to 1 byte or 8 bits. Yung data type na short, it's from, ang value niya is from negative 32,768 to positive 32,767. Ang storage niya is 2 bytes. Ang int or int, from negative, ayan o, ang haba na ng numero, negative 2 raised to the 31st power to positive 2 raised to the 31st power minus 1. Ang storage po niya is 4 bytes. Memory allocation. So, dito po makikita nyo gaano kalalaki yung i-allocate yung memory para dyan. Yung long, ito po, negative 2 raised to the 63rd power to positive 2 raised to the 63rd power minus 1. So, ito po. Ang haba kasi ng number, hindi ko na binabasa. So, ang memory allocation natin for that is 8 bytes or equivalent to 64 bits. Isa-isayin po natin sa char. Char, the main purpose of char data type is to represent single characters, that is letters, digits, and special symbols. Char can represent any key on your keyboard. So, isang character yon, isang keyboard key. To use char, enclose each character represented within single quotation marks, just like this one. Capital letter A, naka-enclose sa single quotation marks. The small letter A, ito 0, 1, asterisk, dollar sign, ampersand, and ito, ano to, space. Take note po, yung space is one character din siya. So, anong ginagawa lang natin? Single quote, tapos space, tapos single quote. Understood kung ano nasa in between the single quotes, yun yung pinakang character mo, which is the space. char allows only one symbol to be placed between the single quotation marks. Pag dalawa na po yan, magkakaroon na kayo ng error. Kasi hindi na po siya char, hindi na siya character. It's already a string. And now let us go to the second primitive data type, which is the Boolean data type. A Boolean data type has only two values, true and false. The primary purpose is to manipulate logical or Boolean expressions. In Java, Boolean, true and false are reserved words. The memory allocated for the Boolean data type is 1 bit. The third data type is the floating point data type. There are three categories of the floating point data type. We have the float and the double. Float has a precision of 6 or 7. Values are called single precision. It represents numbers between negative 3.4 times 10 to the 38th and positive 3.4 times 10 to the 38th. The memory allocated for the float data type is 4 bytes. For the double, precision is 15. Values are called double precision. It represents numbers between negative 1.7 times 10 to the 308th and positive 1.7 times 10 to the 308th. The memory allocated for the double data type is 8 bytes. When we say precision nga pala, it is the maximum number of significant digits or number of decimal places that are considered. So sa float, meron tayong 6 or 7 significant digits or decimal places, whereas for the double, it's 15. 15 significant digits. In Java, by default, floating point numbers are considered to be of type double. Kino-consider lagi, lalo na kung hindi ninyo i-specify, understood, it's a double. If you use the data type float to represent floating point numbers in a program, you might get a warning or an error message, such as truncation from double to float or possible loss of data. To specify that the decimal value is a float value, put a letter F at the end of the number. For example, 28.75F is a float value, while 28.75 is a double value. Next, literals or constants. Values such as 23 and negative 67 are called the integer literals or integer constants or simply integers. Values such as 12.34 and 25.6 are called floating point literals or floating point constants or simply floating point numbers. Ang difference po, tingnan ninyo ha, sa integer constants natin or integers, wala pong decimal. Pero may positive and negative numbers. Both are considered whether it's a positive number or it's a negative number as long as it is a whole number. Now, for the floating point, laging may fractional part or decimal part. Values such as A and 5 are called character. Para natin nalaman, enclosure with single quotes. So, values such as A and 5 are called character literals, character constants, or simply characters. Now, take note yung ganito po, yung ABC. Halimbawa, maglagay tayo ng ABC. Hindi po yon character or char. Kasi dapat one keyboard character lang or one letter or one number or one symbol lang dapat ang para sa character. Although may exception to the rule tayo. Hindi isang character lang ang nasa loob ng single quotes ninyo pag nire-represent ninyo. Pero pag yung result niya, single character lang talaga. Now for the integral data type again, we have int or the int. Int is the most commonly used integral data type. Now, the following two rules apply when it comes to int data type. 1. Positive integers do not require a positive sign in front of them. So, halimbawa, positive 5, 5 lang. Pero pag negative 5, may minus sign bago 5. Pag nakakita kayo ng 10, understood, it's a positive 10. Otherwise, dapat may minus sign kung negative ang ibig mo sabihin. Okay po? Number 2, no commas are used within an integer. In Java, commas are used for separating items in a list. Thus, itong number na to na 36,782 na may comma, hindi po siya maiintindihan as 36,782 ng Java. It will be interpreted as two integers, 36 and 782. Kasi parang dalawang number siya na pinag-separate lang with a comma or using a comma. Special symbols natin, ayan. Meron tayong plus sign, minus sign, asterisk, slash, period, semicolon, question mark, saka comma. Merong greater than or equal, ay less than or equal pala. Tapos itong symbol na ito, punctuation mark with an equal sign. Tapos dalawang equal sign, tsaka yung greater than at tsaka equal sign. Okay? Ano na ibig sabihin yan later? Itong mga to for arithmetic manipulations like plus, minus, times, tsaka divide. Pero itong plus, meron pang special use yun yung for concatenation symbol. Katulad nung kanina ginamit natin sa unang-una nating sample kanina. Yan, dito naman sa second line, yung comma is to separate different items in a list. Semicolon, take note, semicolon natin is pang-terminate ng bawat statement. So, ito yung pinakahuli, ibig sabihin, tapos na yung statement mo. Pero kung sa pinakababa, these are, dito, comparison symbols. Okay, comparing values. So, arithmetic operators muna ang discuss natin. There are 5 different arithmetic operators. Meron tayong plus for addition, minus for subtraction, asterisk for multiplication, slash for division, and percent symbol for mod or modulus or remainder. So, kailan natin ginagamit? Halimbawa, ito yung ating mathematical expression. 5 plus 3 plus x equals 7 divided by y. Ito yan. Order of precedence of arithmetic operators. MDAS po ang ating gagamitin or ang rule sa precedence sa Java. So, we have multiplication, division, and mod first bago addition and subtraction. So, least priority ang addition and subtraction. Pero meron syempre mga exception to the rule. Operators in 1 have a higher precedence than operators in 2. When operators have the same level of precedence, operations are performed from right to left. So, kung alin na mauna, halimbawa, nauna yung divide bago multiplication, ganun mo lang isa-solve. Kapag ang operators have the same level of precedence. Halimbawa, lahat sila nandun sa unahan. Okay? Next. In the expression 5 plus 3 minus x equals 7 divided by y, 5, 3, x, and 7 and y are called the operands. Yung plus, minus, saka divide are the operators. Kung malilito. Kung mga plus, minus, and divide operators, tapos yung ina-add natin, subtract, dinidivide din yung mga operands. Unary operators, an operator that has one operand. Example, negative 5. Ang operator natin is negative Ang operand yung 5, isa lang. So, isang operator na may isang operand. So, ang tawag natin doon sa minus sign mo dyan is a unary operator. Binary operator is an operator that has two operands. Example, x plus y. Ang operator po natin yung plus sign. So, that's plus. Ang dalawang operands po natin, x and y. May nagtanong po sa akin, paano po kung maraming operators, maraming operands sa isang operator. Imposible po yon. Kada operator, pinakamarami na po yung dalawa ang involved na nakakabit sa kanya. Okay po. Kada operator, maximum na yung dalawa ang operands na involved sa kanya. Okay? The following examples show how arithmetic operators, especially yung divide and mod, work with integral data types. Halimbawa, yung 1, 2 plus 5, the result is 7. 13 plus 89, result is 102. Pwede yung i-calculator. 34 minus 20 equals 14. 45 minus 90, ang sagot, negative 45. 2 times 7 is 14. 5 divided by 2 is 2. Bakit 2 po? Kasi if this is considered as an integer, di-divide mo lang, walang decimal point. Depende ha, kung ito po ay integer, yung 5. And normally, kapag hindi mo ni-specify yung declaration mo, 5 is considered integer divided by 2. Paano ko nalaman na integer sa dito? Wala siyang decimal part. Pag ang whole number like 5 ay gagawin mong floating o double ang data type, gagawin mo dyan 5.0 divided by 2.0. So, pag ang sagot niya, may decimal place. Eh, eto wala. So, ibig sabihin, these two operands are both integers. So, in the division 5 divided by 2, the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 1. Therefore, 5 divided by 2 with the integral operands evaluates to the quotient which is 2. Dapat integral or integer din ang sagot. So, that's 2. Hindi pwedeng 2.5. Magiging floating siya. Floating point. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Okay na yan. 34 mod 5. Ano yung mod? Yung remainder. So, divide mo yung 34, divide by sa 5. Ilan yan? 34, so 6 and 4 over 5. Tama? So, that's 6, remainder 4. So, kaya ang sagot natin is 4 only. In the division 34 divided by 5, the quotient is 6 and the remainder is 4. Therefore, yung 34 mod 5 evaluates to the remainder which is 4. Ang hinahanap po pag mod is the remainder. Last, yung 4 mod 6. Okay? Ang remainder is 4. Hindi na natin may divide sa 6 yung 4. So, parang 0, remainder 4. So, ibig sabihin, 4 yung remainder. Kaya yun yung result. In the division 4 divided by 6, the quotient is 0 and the remainder is 4. Therefore, 4 mod 6 evaluates the remainder, which is 4. The following Java program evaluates the preceding expressions. Say, yung mga expressions na binigay natin, ito po, lagay natin sa, pwede nyo po itong itry on your own, ay sa Java, yung sa, buksan ninyo yung ating Eclipse, doon po kayo gumawa. Tapos tingnan niyo i-try niyo po ito. Tingnan niyo kung tama yung magiging result. Kung kapareho po ng result dito. So far dito, lagay muna siya ng comment. This program illustrates how integral expressions are evaluated. Public class example 2 _2. Yun po yung sa inyong title. Tapos start ng block. First block. public static void name, string, args, tapos system, open muna ng open curly brace for the start of the statement. So we have system dot out dot print line. Okay, open and close parenthesis. Sa loob, merong double quotation marks. 2 plus 5 equals. Tapos may space bago mag-quotation marks. Ba't po nilalagyan natin ng space? Para doon po ilalagay yung sagot. So, plus, which is a concatenating symbol. 2 plus 5, which is 7. Next, system out print line. Ayan. Tingnan nyo na lang po. Total palagi naman natin ginagawa na. Kikita ninyo. Ang pagkakaiba po, pag plus lang, tapos numbers na, ang mangyayari, idadagdag lang nyo yung numbers na yun doon sa string ninyo. Pero kapag ka naka-close parenthesis, ibig sabihin, gagawin niya muna yung mathematical operation, sasagutin niya muna or evaluate niya muna bago niya i-merge doon sa string ninyo. Okay? May sample po tayo para doon. Yung pag nirun nyo na yung program na yun, ito yung result, which is just the same as this one. Okay po, question? Wala. Walang question kasi naka-record na pala ito. Okay. Another example. Ayan, the following Java program evaluates various floating point expressions. Okay. Start na tayo. Public class example 2 underscore 3. Public static void. Name, string, arguments. System out print line. Ayan. Just read. Ang ginagamit po natin na dito is system.out.println. Didiscuss po natin yan later sa siguro sa 2. Okay. Ito po ay plus, minus, times, divide, mod, divide, saka mod. Pag nirun natin yung sample, ito na po yun. Okay, tingnan po natin ulit. Review natin. Sabi dito, 5 plus 3, 5.0 plus 3.5 equals, dahil pareho silang floating point expressions, meron floating point yung mga operands natin. So, ang sagot is floating point din, katulad nito. So, meron tayong decimal points. Okay po. Lahat po yan, mapapansin niyo. Ito po, 34.5 mod of 6.5. Pag dinivide niyo po siyang, magiging remainder ay 2. So, since floating point yung operands, kailangan yung result is in floating point data type din. So, that's 2.0 or decimal.
To continue, using the order of precedence rules, here is an example. 3 times 7 minus 6 plus 2 times 5 divided by 4 plus 6. If we will process this using the order of precedence, let's see, using MDAS, we will first solve 3 times 7, multiplication and the division 5 divided by 4, and 2 times 5. Since 2 times 5 and 5 divided by 4, multiplication and division have the equal level of precedence. Therefore, we will just follow from left or solve from left to right. So here it is. So we'll solve first 3 times 7 and then solve first 2 times 5 and then the rest are as is. So we'll have 3 times 7 is 21 and then we'll have 2 times 5 is 10. Then we'll follow immediately divided by 4. And then we will now add the other expressions like the terms like minus 6 plus this whole expression plus 6. So 21 minus 6 plus quantity 10 divided by 4 plus 6. So we'll solve first 10 divided by 4. So that's equal to, since 10 and 4 are both integers, therefore the answer must be an integer or a whole number. 10 divided by 4, there are only 2 4s in 10. Bali dapat 2 remainder 2. But since we are not concerned with the remainder, we're only concerned with the whole number quotient. So yung 10 divided by 4 is only equal to 2. Therefore, this will become 21. This is 21 minus 6 plus 2 na lang. 2 na lang to. Plus the last digit 6. So it will become 21 less 6 is 15. Then plus 2 plus 6 will give us the final answer 23. Note that using parentheses in the preceding expression clarifies the order of precedence. Expressions. Ano ba yung expressions? If all operands or numbers in an expression are integers, the expression is called an integral expression. If all operands in an expression are floating point numbers, the expression is called floating point or decimal expression. An expression that has operands of different data types is called a mixed expression. So dito, puro integers, puro whole numbers, it's called an integral expression. Dito, pag may kasamang decimal parts or fractional parts, we call it a decimal expression or a floating point expression. At kapag magkasama, mayroong operands na integers, may operands na decimal, so we call it a mixed expression. Integral expressions whose operands are all integers and yields an integral result. So, ibig sabihin, pag integral ang lahat ng operands mo, dapat ang sagot integral form din. Ibig sabihin, integers din, whole numbers din. Example natin, 2 plus 3 times 5. Dapat puro whole numbers yan. Dahil puro integer siya, integer din ang result. Ano yan? 2 plus 3 times 5. Mauuna natin yung multiplication. That's 15. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 2, the answer is 17. Dito naman, 3 plus x minus y divided by 7. Anong unahin natin? Sa MDAS, mauna ang division bago addition and subtraction. So, y divided by 7 muna. Tsaka mo ngayon yung sagot niya, i-add mo sa 3, isa-subtract mo sa sum ng 3 and x. Number 3 example, x plus 2 times quantity y minus z plus 18. Ngayon, sa MDAS, mauuna ang multiplication. Kaya lang, dahil dito, minus nga siya or subtraction ang operation, pero nakakulong naman siya sa grouping symbol. Sa rule natin, sa rule of precedence, kung ano yung nasa loob muna ng grouping symbol, yun ang uunahin natin. So in this case, y minus z muna bago natin imumultiply yung sagot nito sa 2. And then proceed with addition and, ayun, addition. In these expressions, x, y, and z represent variables of the integral type. That is, they can hold integer values or whole numbers. Floating point expressions. An expression whose operands are all floating point numbers. A floating point expression yields a floating point result. So meaning, kung may decimal parts yung mga operands mo, dapat yung sagot mo is in a form na may decimal part din. Examples, 12.8 times 17.5 minus 34.5. So, dapat ang sagot niyan, floating point din. Kasi lahat ng operands mo, floating point. Ito pang another example ng floating point numbers or operands. X times 10.5 plus y minus 16.2. Sabihin nyo, bakit parang integer yung x and y? Hindi po. Hindi natin nakikita yung real value nila. Pero understood, since yung ibang operands mo ay floating point, therefore, dapat floating point din siya. Okay? Rule po na kapag may floating point or dun sa inyong expression, halimbawa, di ba, binary, yung operator mo, binary operator. Di ba sa binary operator, dalawa ang operands sa isang operator. Kapag ang isa do sa operands mo, halimbawa y minus 16.2, ang isa ay floating point, ang isa ay integer, ang gagawin nyo po ay susundin ninyo ang floating point. So, i-convert ninyo yung inyong integer into floating point. Kung halimbawa ito ay whole number, lalagyan nyo na lang ng 0.0 para understood naging floating point siya or may decimal part. Here, x and y represent variables of the floating point type. That is, they can hold floating point values. Mixed expressions. An expression that has operands of different types. Examples nito, isang integer, yung isa floating point, yung dinidiscuss ko kanina. Halimbawa, 6 divided by 4. This is integer divided by another integer plus 3.9 which is a floating point. So, meron tayong integer divided by integer plus floating point. Dapat ang sagot niyan, since meron tayong floating point, or yung huli natin is floating point, dapat ang final answer niyan, floating point. Integer operands yield an integer result. Floating point numbers yield floating point results. If both types of operands are present, the result is a floating point number, as I have mentioned earlier. Precedence rules are followed. So lahat ng ito, pag mixed expressions, ang final result dapat is in floating point. Two rules in evaluating a mixed expression. Number 1, when evaluating an operator in a mixed expression, if the operator has the same types of operands, the operator is evaluated according to the type of the operand. Integer operands yield an integer result. Floating point numbers yield a floating point number result. B, if the operator has both types of operands, during calculation, the integer is treated temporarily as a floating point number with a decimal part of 0, and then the operator is evaluated. The result is a floating point number. Second rule, the entire expression is evaluated according to the precedence rules. Note, however, following these rules, when you evaluate a mixed expression, you concentrate on one operator at a time. Using the rules of precedence, if the operator to be evaluated has operands of the same data type, evaluate the operator using Rule 1A. That is, an operator with integer operands yields an integer result, and an operator with floating point operands yields a floating point result. If the operator to be evaluated is one integer operand and one floating point operand, before evaluating this operator, you treat the integer operand as a floating point number with a decimal part of 0. In short, convert your integer first to floating point by adding point 0. Examples? Oh, mga mixed expressions lang naman na magulo. Pagka yung floating point decimal at saka integer floating point numbers at saka yung integer numbers or operands, madali lang. Pero pag mixed na, yun yung medyo magulo na kasi magkasama na sila. So let's try these examples. So 3 divided by 2 plus 5.0. Ito pong 3 is an integer, ang 2 ay integer, ang 5.0 definitely is a floating point. So sabihin natin, mauuna syempre yung, sabi ano daw, sundin ang rules of precedence. So, ito munang division. 3 divided by 2. Since integer ito at integer ito, hindi natin kukunin yung decimal part sa sagot. Itatrancate natin. Ano yung truncate? Tatanggalin lang. Hindi ira-round off. So, 3 divided by 2. Ilang 2 ba meron sa 3? Isa lang, di ba? So, the answer is 1. Kasi yung magiging 1 remainder 1 ang sagot eh. Pero dahil yung remainder hindi natin i-consider or i-disregard natin yung remainder, so ang matitira lang yung whole number or integer part which is 1. So 1 plus 5.0, yun na po yun. 1 plus 5.0. But since this operand is floating point, ito naman integer. Ko-consider naman natin tong 1 natin na floating point din. Gagawin mo 1.0 plus 5.0. Mangyayari yan. Magiging 6.0. Hindi ko na lang ipinakita dito. 1 lang na nilagay ko pero 1.0 na dapat yan. So 3 divided by 2, paliwanag dito, equals 1. Then 1 plus 5.0 equals 1.0 plus 5.0. Ayan na yung paliwanag. Second example, we have 15.6. That's a floating point, operand, divided by 2 plus 5. What shall we do first? Divide siyempre. So, 15.6 divided by 2. Kaya lang, itong 2 natin, gawin natin siyang, kasi integer siya eh. Gawin natin siyang floating point. Magiging 2.0. So, 15.6 divided by 2.0. Katulad dito, ayan o, 15.6 divided by 2, magiging 15.6 divided by 2.0. So, pwede na nating apply yung rule 1B. 15.6 divided by 2.0 is 7.8. Eksakto yan. Next, nakuha na natin 7.8 plus 5. Add na natin. 5 is an integer. 7.8 is a floating point. So, anong gagawin natin? Ito siya. 7.8 plus 5. Magiging 7.8 plus, convert natin yung 5 natin into floating point, 5.0. Magiging 12.8. So, the final result is 12.8. Next. O, ito. 4 plus 5 divided by 2.0. Yung 4 is integer, 5 is integer, 2.0 is definitely a floating point. Ngayon, ano unahin sa dalawa? Siyempre, division. 5 divided by 2. Paano natin madi-divide? We have to convert this 5 into floating point first kasi integer siya. So, magiging eto siya. 5 divided by 2.0 equals magiging 5.0 divided by 2.0. So the answer is 2.5, which is this. Itong part na to, 2.0. Dito ko sinusolve, tapos yung sagot niya, yun yung isa-substitute natin sa equation. So 4 plus 2.5. And then 2.5 is a floating point, 4 is an integer. Convert again yung 4 into floating point. Magiging 4.0 plus 2.5. That will become 6.5. So that's the final result or answer. I hope you understand. Final example. 4 times 3 plus 7 divided by 5. Oops, lahat sila ay integers. Minus 25.5. Ito lang ang kaisa-isang floating point. Pero take note, sabi ko pag mixed, definitely ang final answer niyan dapat floating point. So, unahin natin yung mga may multiplication and division o kaya merong grouping symbol. Wala namang grouping symbol, so proceed tayo with multiplication and division. So, unahin tong 4 times 3 at saka 7 times 5 ay divided by 5 bago i-add yung result nila. Let's proceed. 4 times 3 is 12. Ito yon. Plus 7 divided by 5 since both are integers. So, integer division ang gagawin natin. 7 divided by 5 is 1. 1 lang. Bakit? Isang 5 lang meron sa 7. May remainder tayong 2 pero dinidisregard na natin yon. So, 1. 12 plus 1 dapat yan. So, ito na siya. 12 plus 1 minus 25.5. Since this is 25.5, i-add muna natin to. 12 plus 1 magiging 13 minus 25.5. Ngayon, 13 is an integer, 25.5 is a floating point number. So, gawin muna natin floating point number ang 13, magiging 13.0. Ito po yun. 13.0 minus 25.5. The final answer is negative 12.5. Okay? Naintindihan po ba? Now, let's have an example here of a Java program with expressions. So, mathematical expressions. This program illustrates how mixed expressions are evaluated. Paano po? Sabi, public class. Ito yung pangalan ng ating class. Example 2 underscore 7. Open brace. Public static void main string args. Okay, ito na yung mga statements natin. Open brace. Again, ito na system.out.println, open parenthesis. Andyan na yung string natin which is double quote 3 divided by 2 plus 5.0 equals space, tsaka yung quote. Tanong, ano to? Isosolve ba niya? Hindi po. Ito po ay string. Kung anong nandito, parang word lang, lalabas na siya sa screen. Kasi print line tayo. So, system.out.println ang ating ginagamit. So, ibig sabihin, papakita niya sa output device. Ito, string kasi siya. Double quotes. Plus, ito yung concatenation natin. I-merge natin dito sa ating string. Open and close parenthesis. Yung 3 divided by 2 plus 5.0. 3 divided by 2 mauuna. So, that is 1. Plus 5.0 magiging 6.0 ang sagot. Ayun po, ito. Pag nirun nyo itong mga to, ito rin yung kanina example natin. Pag ginawa mong program yung ating mga example kanina, itong ganito siya. Ganito dapat. Tapos, pag kinumpile at nirun na natin yung program, ito naman ang lalabas na result. Okay po? So, pareho yan ang sagot doon sa previous slide natin. Pakita natin. Ayan. 6.0, 12.8, 6.5, and 12, negative 12.5. Ayun po. Kinopya lang natin yung mga equation dito. Kaya lang, take note, kinulong natin sila sa parenthesis. Kasi pag hindi natin sila kinulong sa parenthesis, nag-plus ka dyan, tapos 15.6, ganyan-ganyan. Hindi po natin makukuha yung sagot. Okay? Next. Ito yung exercise natin. You try this on your own. Evaluate the following expressions using the rules discussed. Okay? Try po ninyo kung kaya ninyong sagutin to ng tama. Later on, i-reveal ko yung sagot. Try it on your own muna. I'm giving you enough time. Okay, now, let's see if you answered it correctly. For number 1 muna. Ayan. 20 divided by 6 plus 5. Ang sabi, unahin natin 20 divided by 6. There are only 3 sixes in a 20. So, kasi 18 yon. Meron tayong remainder na 2, but we disregarded the remainder. And then plus 5, so that's 3 plus 5. The answer should be 8. Next, balik tayo doon. 7 plus 5 divided by 3. Okay. Let's show now the answer. Kanina nyo pa nakita yan, di ba? 5 divided by 3 muna, tapos 7 plus yung answer nito. We'll get what? 5 divided by 3 is 1. So 7 plus 1. That's equal to 8 again. Next. Number 3. Okay. How do you solve this? 9 natin 9 divided by 2. That is, since both are integers, 9 divided by 2 is 4 with the remainder 1. So, ang integer na sagot is 4 plus 2.3. But 2.3 is a floating point number. So, yung 9 divided by 2, ilan nga sagot? Sabi ko 4. So, kaya gawin natin 4.0 plus 2.3. So, that's 6.3. Tingnan natin ang sagot. Okay, magiging 4 ito. 4 plus 2.3. Convert natin yung 4 from integer to floating point. Magiging 4.0 plus 2.3. That's 6.3. Did you get the same answer? O yung susunod, dito na lang natin tingnan. Susunod is 5 plus 8.6 divided by 2. Convert nyo muna yung 2 kasi unahin natin division. Convert 2 to floating point. Magiging 5 plus 8.6 divided by 2.0. So, ito muna isa-solve natin. 8.6 divided by 2.0, that's 4.3. So, dagdag na natin yung 5. Kaya lang, Since 4.3 yung sagot is a floating point, gawin din nating floating point yung 5, naging 5.0. So 5.0 plus 4.3 equals 9.3. That's the answer. O yung next, number 5, tsaka 6. Isahin nyo na. Pag isahin nyo na yung pag-solve. Nakuha nyo na yung technique, di ba? Okay, let's solve number 5 and 6. Numbers 5 and 6. Sa 5 given, 2 times 3 plus 5 divided by 2. Oops! Lahat ng operands ay integers. So, 2 times 3 ang unahin natin. Dahil MDAS nga, di ba? Multiplication and division first. 2 times 3 is 6. Tama, 6. Plus, hindi pa pwede mag-plus, ito munang division. 5 divided by 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2, remainder 1. So, 2 lang ang kailangan natin. So, since pareho silang integers, 6 plus 2, dapat integer din ang sagot. 6 plus 2 is 8. Next, 5.0 divide by 2 minus 2 times 4. Unahin to, 5.0 divided by 2, convert 2 to floating point. Magiging 5.0 divided by 2.0. Minus, ito, solve mo na rin, 2 times 4. That's 8. Pareho silang integer, so integer yung sagot nila, 8. So 5.0 divided by 2.0 is 2.5 minus 8. Kaya lang dahil ito ay floating point, convert 8 to floating point, magiging 8.0. Final answer is negative 5.5. Bali, 2.5 minus 8.0 equals negative 5.5. Questions po? Wala, no? Next, casting or type conversion. This is used to avoid implicit type coercion. Ano ba yung implicit type coercion? Mamaya. Casting is also called, type conversion is also called typecasting or cast operator. Syntax, ayan, type mo data, type name, pipili ka sa type name, space, expression. Ito po, data type name, mamili ka sa mga type name, space, expression. Unang step, expression is evaluated and then its value is treated as a value of the type specified by the data type name. Okay, sample. When using the cast operator to treat a floating point number as an integer, you simply truncate the decimal part of the floating point number. The following examples show how cast operators work. int yung data type name mo, integers. Ibig sabihin nito, sorry ulit natin dito, type conversion or casting. Ano ba kanining implicit type coercion? Yung ginagawa natin, automatic na ginagawa nating floating point, yung number kahit integer siya kasi yung isang operand na kapartner niya is floating point. So, ibig sabihin, kapag 5.2, automatic, kinoconsider ng Java or ng computer as a floating point number. What if ayoko siyang floating point? I want that number to be an integer. So, kayo yung magsasabi. Yun ang tinatawag nating type conversion or casting. Yung tayo ang magi-specify, hindi yung number na nakalagay. Yun ang susundin, kundi yung gusto ng programmer. Kaya ito nga yung syntax, lagay mo kung anong data type name na gusto mo, space yung expression. Sige, tingnan na natin ulit yung sample. Integer nilagay niya, tapos space, yung number or expression kung expression. In this case, number lang ang nakalagay. So, ang sagot is 7. Bakit? Kasi integer, gusto mo ang data type niya is integer. 7.9 is not an integer, but this is a floating point number. Kaya lang, in-specify mo na gusto mo siyang maging or gusto mo siya i-treat as an integer. So, sabi mo, integer 7.9. Anong rule na sinabi dito? When using the cast operator to treat a floating point number as an integer, you simply truncate the decimal part of the floating point number. Truncate or remove. So, from 7.9, tanggalin mo lang yung 0.9, magiging, ayan, natakpan natin, 17. Oh, 7.9 pala yun, naduling ako. 7.9 magiging 7. Okay po. Next, yung 3.3, gagawin ko siyang integer. Gusto ko integer siya, hindi siya floating point. Kahit 3.3 siya. So, magiging 3. Tatanggalin mo lang yung 0.3. Ito, double. Ano ba yung double? Floating point, di ba? With decimal point or with decimal part. So, double, space, yung 25. So, magiging double daw to. Lalagay mo, 25.0. Yun ang magiging sagot niya. Okay po. O, another. Double of the result of 5 plus 3. Solve mo muna to. Evaluate mo muna, sabi sa, di ba, sabi dun sa process. Ulitin natin ay first yun. Ayan o. First expression is evaluated. Then its value is treated as a value of the type specified by data type name. So, una daw, evaluate mo muna yung sa loob na to. So, ang una natin gagawin, evaluate natin to or isolve natin. 5 plus 3 is 8. It is an integer, 8. Pero, pag nakuha mo na yung sagot, ayan, magiging double space 8 equals 8.0 kasi tinitreat natin siya with decimal part. Although, originally it's an integer. Pero gusto mong maging double siya, double data type. Next, double data type, gusto ko 15 divided by ano to? 2. Okay, take note po. Yung 15, naka-close, open and close parenthesis, nakakulong siya doon, 15. Nasa labas yung divide by 2. Meaning, ito lang ang double na ang in-specify niya or kino-convert niya. Yun lang, 15. Mangyayari, double. So, type conversion tayo or casting gagawin dito. Magiging 15.0 siya. Tapos, tsaka natin i-copy lang divided by 2. Kaya lang yung una nating rule, yung ito, yung ginagawa, implicit type coercion. Dito, gagamitan na natin ng implicit type coercion. So, dahil double ito, or floating point, divide mo sa integer, i-convert mo ngayon yung integer to floating point. Kaya magiging 15.0 divided by 2.0. So, the final answer is 7.5. Ano ba to? Yeah, 7.5. Pasensya na, malabo mata. Next. Next example. Double. Open and close parenthesis, 15 divided by 2. Enclosed in the parenthesis. Ito, hindi sila magkasama sa loob ng parenthesis. Dito, magkasama. So, anong rule natin? Evaluate first. Yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. 15 divided by 2 is, dahil pareho silang integers, integer division ang gagawin natin. So, 15 divided by 2 is 7 with remainder 1. O yung remainder 1, di natin pakikialaman. So, 7 lang siya. Magiging double 7. Yan ang magiging ano niya. O ngayon, anong magiging representation niya pagdating sa Java? In-specify natin na double ang gusto natin. So, 7 magiging 7.0. Kuha po ba? Next, sample. Integer quantity, ayan, nakapasok sa loob. Asan? Ayun. Ang kapartner po nito ay nandito. Yung parentheses. Tapos ito, nandito ang kapartner. Ito naman, ito ang kapartner. Sa makatuwid, kailangan muna nating evaluate tong sagot dito or tong expression na to bago i-consider siyang integer. Sa loob, meron tayong 7.8 plus double of 15 divided by 2. So, kukonsider natin yung 15 as double. Magiging 15.0. So, 7.8 plus 15.0 divided by 2. Okay, next step. Dahil 15.0 na to, dapat ito, by implicit conversion, yung 2 magiging 2.0. So, 15.0 divided by 2.0 is 7.5. So, magiging 7.8 plus 7.5. Ito po yun. Integer ang data type niya dapat. So, kung integer, sagutin natin to 7.8 plus 7.5 is 15.3. Pero ititreat, ayun, sa loob. I-evaluate muna natin yon. Ayan na, 15.3. So, integer, dapat gusto ko siya kanyang maging integer siya, 15.3. So, magiging, itatrancate niya yung decimal point, magiging 15 na lang. So, final is 15. Final answer. And lastly, ito, integer din. Gusto niya maging integer. 7.8 plus double ng 15 divided by 2. Ay! Ano to? 2. Okay. Kasi ito pareho, pero pareho ng numbers, pareho ng operator, pero iba yung sakop ng grouping symbol. Ito, sakop niya yung 15 divided by 2 sa isang grouping symbol. Ito hindi. Magkahiwalay sila. So, hindi sila nakagroup sa loob para sa double. So, ititreat natin to 15 and 2 as integers muna. 15 divided by 2 sa integers, that's 7. Gagawin nating double, magiging 7.0. So, 7.8 plus 7.0, ayan ha, magiging, pareho silang floating point. So, 7.8 plus 7.0 is 14.8. Tapos, i-treat daw to as an integer. So, 14.8, truncate mo yung 0.8, magiging 14. Final answer is 14. Later on, magpapaquiz ako tungkol dyan. Okay po. Next. Walang question, ano? Ngayon, yung mga nando sa previous, sa preceding slides, ito, yan. Ito pong buong to, lahat yan. Kung gagawan nyo po ng program, ng Java program, ito po ang itsura niya. Ayan. At pag kinumpile at nirun ninyo, you may refer to your PowerPoint that I have provided in your messenger, in our messenger group. Nakapost po doon. Makikita ninyo to. Pag nasulat nyo na itong buong program na to, kukompile po natin. Just type Java C. Okay. And then, ito na. Pag nirun ninyo siya, ayan. Ito ang lalabas. Yan po ang lalabas. Okay. Next, string. Ano yung class string? The class string used is used to manipulate strings. Ano ba yung string? A string is a sequence of zero or more characters. It is enclosed in double quotation marks. Null or empty strings have no characters. Pwede siyang no character. Pero pag character, one character ang nasa loob, yung char. Pero ito string, so zero to many. Okay? A string like hello is sometimes called a character string or string literal or simply string. Numeric strings consist of integers or decimal numbers. Length is the number of characters in a string. So, halimbawa, itong HOUSE ay ano ang length nitong string na to? We have 5. Ang length niya is 5. Ito, ilan? Ito ang tinatawag nating null or empty string. Walang laman sa loob. Kahit space, wala. The length of the string is the number, as I have mentioned, is the number of characters in a string including spaces. Example, sunny day has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 6, 7, 8, 9. So it has 9 characters. Therefore, the length of the string is 9. Strings and the operator na plus or positive. Operator plus can be used to concatenate two strings or a string and a numeric value or character. Ito yung ginagamit natin kanina pa, concatenation. Halimbawa, yung string na sunny plus idagdag mo yung string na day, lalabas, sunny day. Dapat, ayun, space tsaka day. Pag walang space yan, mangyayari, magiging sunny day na diretso, walang space. Pero dito nilagyan natin, sunny, naka-close quotes, space, yung plus sign, space ulit, tapos quote, open quote, space muna nilagay bago yung word na day, tapos close quote na. Kaya, paglabas ng evaluation or ng result, it's sunny, space, day. Sunny day. Sample number 2, price, space equals space, dollar, double quote, plus 5.50. So, lalabas, price equals $550. Ito po, walang space in between dollar, symbol, and yung number na 5 kasi wala tayong nilagay na space dito bago mag-quote. So, ibig sabihin, walang space talaga. So, dudugtong agad yung 5 sa kanya. Next, the space sum. Space equals space, yun na, close quote. Plus 12 plus 42. So, magkakaiba yan. So, the sum is, ano mangyayari? The sum equals 1242. Ba't ganun? Ba't hindi niya in-add yung 12 and 42? Take note po kasi plus sign here is used as concatenation symbol. Hindi addition operator. Paano magiging addition operator yan? Kung kinulong natin siya sa parenthesis, i-add niya yan. Pero since hindi natin kinulong, yun yung binabanggit ko kanina, magiging the sum equals plus 12. So, 12 idadagdag niya plus yung number na 42. So, 1242. And since wala naman mga spaces kaya tayo nilagay, ganun lang siya. Next, the sum equals 12 close quotes plus 42, same in lalabas. The sum equals space close quote plus, ayan, kinulong natin yung 12 plus 42. So, i-evaluate muna natin siya. 12 plus 42 is 64. So, lalabas, the sum equals 54. 54 pala. 64 ako. 54. Bobo sa math. Ayan. Next po. Strings and the operator. Another example to. Consider the expression the sum equals space, close quote, plus 12 plus 26. Okay, of course, evaluate this first. 12 plus 26 is 38. So magiging the space, sum, space equals, space, lalabas yung 12 plus 26, which is 38. In this statement, because of the parenthesis, you first evaluate number 1 plus number 2. Because number 1 and number 2 are both integer variables. Num1 plus num2 equals 12 plus 26 equals 38. After this statement executes, the string assigned to str or string is the sum equals 38. Yan yung lalabas na result for this. Another example. Consider this expression. 12 plus 26 plus open quote space muna is space the space sum close quote. This expression will evaluate to 12 plus 26 plus ito magiging 38 kasi i-add niya muna to. Bakit kakaiba dun sa kanina na nauna to? Later, discuss. 12 plus 26 muna. Yun muna yung babasahin kasi ng Java. Mag-a-add muna siya. And then plus yung string. So, ang lalabas, 38 is the sum. Oh. Magkaiba po yung nauna, yung string, bago yung mga numbers, kesa dun sa, kasi take note, dito, wala naman siyang concatenation. So, ito 12 plus 26 is treated as mathematical expression. Tapos, plus, since hindi to number, inad niya string. So, parang dito siya nag-start ng concatenation. Oh, okay. Some more examples. Consider the expression the sum of space equals the sum of blank close quote plus 12 plus open quote space and space close quotes plus 26 plus space open quote space equal space again close quote plus quantity 12 plus 26. Tingnan mabuti. Buti pa ito i-solve na muna natin. Since naka-parenthesis, 12 plus 26 is 38. So, may 38 na tayo nakatabi. I-add yan. Hindi i-add dito kasi string to. Mangyayari ko concatenate or idudugtong. Iba yung adding na sa mathematical expression or equation. Ito naman, iba yung idudugtong mo siya sa string. As is siya pag dinugtong sa string. But since nakaganito, ibig sabihin, mathematical expression siya. 12 plus 26, 38. So, naka-38 tayo dyan. Dito, the sum of plus 12. So, lalabas muna yung string na the sum of, since may space, dudugtong ngayon yung 12. Tapos, dudugtong sa 12 yung space and, tapos space. Tapos, dudugtong ulit yung number na 26. Dudugtong yung space equals space. Tapos, yung sagot nitong, dudugtong tong sagot nito. In short, the sum of 12 and 26 equals 38. Okay po. May mali ako doon. Dapat may space to. Mali yung typing ko. May space siya doon eh. So, dapat may space to. The sum of 12 and 26 space equals space 38. Dapat ganon. Tatama ko na lang tong PowerPoint ko before I post it again in our messenger group. Andyan yung sunod-sunod kung paano nangyari. So, the sum of 12 plus, na yan, dinugtong yung 12, the sum of 12, tapos plus, and pagdugtungin na natin to, the sum of 12 plus, ito, space and space 26, parang ganon. So, idugtong mo to dito, The sum of 12 and 26 ang lalabas. Tapos dugtong mo yung equal sign. Tapos idugtong mo na yung sagot nitong 12 plus 26. May mga natanggal akong ano ah. So magiging ayan. The sum of 12 and 26 equals 38. I hope you understand this one. Next. The Java program for that illustration is this. Public class example 2 underscore 10. Public static void main string args. Ayan, kung gusto nyong palabasin sa screen, system.out.println. First line to kasi kaya print line kasi ibig sabihin after ma-execute nito punta sa next line. The sum equals space 1226 bali lalabas dito. Tapos ito, the sum equals space 12 plus 26 is 38. So ito, the sum equals space 1226. Dito naman, the sum equals space 38. Ito yung sagot kasi ito yung tig-isa. Next, system out.println 12 plus 26 plus open quote space is the sum, close quote. So 12 plus 26 is 38. 38 is the sum, yun ang lalabas. Tignan po natin ang result. Ito yung huling example. Tadaan! Pag nirun mo na yon, teka, tingnan natin mabuti. After nun, syempre nakakulong siya sa one pair of braces. And then kahulihan, kukulong ulit natin siya doon sa open brace dito. Dito naman yung close brace. Bawat linya po, bawat statement is terminated by semicolon. Tapos ito, since nakakulong siya sa parenthesis, ito pong ating expression is kailangan may nakakulong din sa parenthesis. So, may kanya-kanyang kapartner. Itong open parenthesis na to, kapartner niya yung outermost parenthesis. Ito mga inner parenthesis dapat pair din. So, when you compile and run the program, this is what will appear as your result of your program. Next lesson is lesson number 2. For now, this is the end of our lesson 1. I hope you have learned something about data types and different types of expressions. Please view the next lesson, that is chapter 2, lesson 2. It's all about input and output. Thank you very much for viewing this video. Thank you.